Oh, Gonzaga. W in the stream. Ugh. Hoop, man.
Welcome, everyone, to a great... Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. It's Texas and the home team. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, with Allie LaForce reporting courtside. Here's Ben Carroll. And the layup's good off the glass. Well, we know this should be a heated battle down low. Both teams, Clark, pride themselves on rebounding.
And we know rebounding is one of the key factors, along with turnovers, field goal percentage, and free throws in terms of determining the outcome of a game. So we'll keep an eye on the rebounding battle in this one, because that is the strength of both of these teams.
And the Longhorns with possession here after the three-pointer from Joel Embiid.
And something to like about Holmgren is his ability to run the floor. A 7-footer who can get up the court in a hurry and get to the rim before the knee gets set.
Holmgren hits them both. Cunningham with it. Pass to Embiid. Here's Butler. 6 to shoot. Fires from deep. Banchero grabs the board. The Longhorns with the ball. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And the paint is where you love to watch Banchero work. Well, with his size and athleticism, he can attack so effectively inside.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Banchero, that's good. Banchero's got 6 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
To the inside. Here's Flagg. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 11 points a game. Kicks it out to Holmgren. Off target with his 3.
Not a problem. That's your first miss of the game. Strong start. And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
You know, with that size difference, that's not an easy shot. I mean, I don't care how close to the rim he is. That's a tough shot.
And here's KD for 3. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Drains the three-pointer.
The D can't afford to back off Williams too much there. When he's roaming the perimeter, he's more than capable of firing from deep.
And Flagg throws it down.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there? It just gets to the rack really easy.
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Now here's Williams. After the miss from Chet Holmgren. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
A bit ago, Mark Dagnall and I were able to chat. I wanted to know what he had in store for Kevin Durant. He said, we have some plans, Coach said with a smile, but mostly it's about effort. We have to outwork him at all times. If we give him an inch, he's going to take a mile. So Coach is asking for his guys to go all out and try to slow KD down tonight. Kevin?
Thank you once again, Allie. And, Greg, you might not be surprised to hear this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes from a family of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, his mother was a sprinter in the 400 meters representing Antigua and Bermuda in the 92 Summer Games in Barcelona. Impressive. Oh, big-time dunk by Banchero. I like seeing the aggressive side of this young man.
Outside Butler. Cunningham on the wing. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play. 8 points for Cade Cunningham. Over to the wing. Here's Banchero for 3. That's no good, but just his first miss in 5 shots. Buries the long-range jumper.
And you can play Cunningham on the ball, off the ball. He's really a generational talent, partly because of his versatility.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. Here's Harper driving inside. And Harper's slams it in.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish.
Maybe that'll help them recapture their edge a little bit, guys.
SGA, no good.
With no D around, you expect him to knock down that midi.
In the corner, Knueppel with it. Outside Harper. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And then jammed down as he goes right over Amen Thompson.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there.
Boy, I'd love to get a replay on that one. Let's keep it handy so we can see it again.
And they pick up 2.
Nice job by Williams, carving out some space on that one.
From deep. Harper, no good. Now, SGA. They know he's going to give him a lift with his scoring. He's averaging 16 points a game. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Up 5. The second quarter coming up right after this break. So
20.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Mobley wide open. A three-pointer, no good. And there's the call on Dylan Harper. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
It's tipped. Smith with it. Picked up by Edgecombe. And it's slammed in by Smith.
And you see how fast Smith leaks out. He loves running in the open floor.
To the middle. Out of bounds. Texas takes possession. Here's Harper. It's Durant on the wing. Three-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Harper. Durant's got it all tied up now for Texas. Thompson surveying the floor. Down low. Here's Mobley. And Mobley throws it down.
Making it look easy. Mobley using that size at the rim.
Outside Harper. And Harper slams it in.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure.
I get the feeling, guys, that he may be sensing that this is a critical time in this game.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Kevin Durant talked about the key to his longevity, and he said just being enthusiastic about the game every day and wanting to get better, that forces you to get in the gym. What you do the most is what you're going to be best at, and if you don't use it, you'll lose it. That's how I look at it. Kevin, back to you.
Truly the love for the game. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. And Harper drops them both. And Clark, something fundamental to good offense, but so often overlooked. The art of setting a terrific screen.
I tell you, a screen set well can do a lot for your offense and even for the screener. But it comes down to timing as well as footwork. You got to be able to set that screen legally, and then the ability to get out of the screen quickly is so important, as well as the correct angle.
Here's Ben Kelly. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. It's going to be on Devin Vassell.
And Banchero doesn't back down from anyone, which is why he's able to draw those fouls. Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Cunningham inside. Vassell outside. Shot clock at 6. Embiid. And Embiid is right there. Embiid's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boxing out Embiid has to be a focal point for them, or else he'll continue to eat them up on the offensive glass.
Here's Edgecombe. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Edgecombe's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. To the right side. Unloads. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Banchero. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Johnson outside. From beyond the arc and then some.
And that's something Cunningham takes pride in. Sharp read with that pinpoint pass.
Holmgren outside. Back to Irving. Longhorns passing it around. Here's Banchero. And just miss after miss right now. Here's Edgecombe. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Personal foul. And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
That free throw, no good. And Texas making a change here. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was the good idea to foul there.
Here's Buzelis.
Look at the moves from Buzelis. The big fella showing great quickness on the attack.
Pass to Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
14 foul. Now into the line.
On defense, the home team. 3-point lead. They set the pick. Here's Flag. Evan Mobley with the rebound. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. We've got 1:48 left here in the second. Clock at 6. Gilgeous-Alexander so quick off the floor.
And watch out for SGA going to the basket. He will put it on your head if you're not watching.
Holmgren. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Outside for SGA. Shoots from the elbow. Rebound by Smith.
Got a decent look at it, but sometimes the shot just doesn't go down.
Here's Flag. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And working Kevin themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
And maybe cause some foul trouble along the way as well. We know what that can do. It pays off typically in good fashion for you.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Free throw good. Flag. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
A kick out to Mobley. Pass to Williams. On the wing, Williams. Off target from three-point range.
Sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
And it's flag missing. It's a neck-and-neck game here in Oklahoma City. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. They're up by 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Embiid the screen. And stolen by Thibault. Oh, and a fast break now for the Longhorns. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
And the layup is good. Cunningham's got 13.
I love the mentality of Cunningham tonight, looking for his shot, and boy, is he producing.
Good, and Butler gets the assist.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Harper. Missed inside. It's stolen by Thibault. And it goes down 2 points.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Here's Embiid. Embiid throws it down.
I've got pity for that rim right there, Joel Embiid. That's a big man banging that thing down.
KD bats for 2. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jimmy Butler. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Kevin Durant. 2 shots.
And he's good on the second.
I don't think you could design a better scorer than Durant. I mean, range from deep, the touch at the rim, excellent handle, 7 feet tall. He does everything you want from your first option.
Embiid going all out.
Boy, this big guy, Joel Embiid, is a center with an awesome dunking arsenal.
Outside Harper. Rebounded by Cade Cunningham. And there's the drive. They grab their own miss. 3-pointer, Butler. Oh, Butler draining the 3.
Get the feeling Butler was ready to let that one slide before the ball got to him.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking.
Well, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that 2-hander.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Some changes. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And the foul called on Cooper Flag. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And here's SGA. Over in the corner, Barnes. Pass to Thompson. The kick out to Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. And he makes that one. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. And textbook. I mean, that move to the lane, you got to tip your hat on that one.
Well said, Greg. And Clark with some major elevation on the slam.
Boy, the defender might have to put his shoes back on after that move. Wow.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that move.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Pass to Thompson. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander.
Texas foul.
And the foul called on Cooper Flagg.
Second personal foul.
That's foul number 2 for him.
Team foul.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Now, here's SGA. He has 6.
Texas foul.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
You know, he's been one of those players, they've won it on the line as much as possible this season, especially in close games, guys.
And Barnes sends it back. Back to Thompson. Outside Williams. Barnes the screen. Pocket 6. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Texas trails by 9. Flagg with it. He's got 8. Takes it inside. And Flagg throws it down.
Offensively, he's carrying his weight, doing his part. Maybe they should get the ball to him a little bit more.
SGA surveying the defense. Pass to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
And he's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's Flagg. 10 points for him. And that one drops.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And Cunningham with the slam.
And the challenge defensively is to find Cunningham at all 3 levels. He can beat you at the rim. He can beat you from 30 feet out and everything in between.
Pass to Banchero. Now here's Holmgren. Back to Banchero. And finished off by Banchero.
When he attacks the rim like that, Paolo Banchero, there's no stopping.
Now Thompson wants to get it to Barnes and does.
Man, he sure can get off the floor.
He's one of the best in the business, absolutely.
Boy, he makes it look easy. He is an absolutely imposing finisher around the rim.
And it's Banchero missing. Cunningham outside. The turnaround jumper. Count it. Cunningham's got 9 points now in just the second half. And finished off by Banchero.
And Banchero is putting it all together, capable of scoring from all 3 levels.
Cunningham left side. Texas grabs the miss.
Give the defense credit there. Normally, that's 2 points.
Here's Okogie. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
Oh, does Chet even have to jump? He's got so much length.
Vassell outside. And the 3-ball is good.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning. They have not stopped.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be different. And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Here's Irving. Beyond the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Doesn't matter if he's well guarded or not. Kyrie knocking it down from deep.
Williams with a clean look. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
The kick outside to Butler. Assertive move by Embiid.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Embiid. Back to SGA. Shot clock at 6. Embiid trying to break loose. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
An expert at getting into the lane and creating havoc. SGA.
Well, as for them being behind in this game, you certainly can't put any of it on his shoulders. He's been tremendous offensively.
Pass to Embiid. Here's Edgecombe. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
And here comes Smith leading the fast break. Here's Knipple. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Pass to Edgecombe. Inside, Embiid. It's hauled in by Karl-Anthony Towns. Greg, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
Leaving no doubt on that one. The explosiveness of Towns, really powerful.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk by SGA.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened to Ime Udoka's huddle. He likes the way they're finishing inside. Coach said when we get close, we are golden. They can't stop us in there. Let's keep pounding it as long as we can.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that.
And I love how Cunningham dictates the pace. You can't speed this guy up. He forces you to play at his speed.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on defense.
And the jam by Kevin Durant.
Durant always ready to throw it down. You can't let him get close to the rack.
Cunningham left side. That one misses.
Whoops. Got caught in between moves there on his way to the rack.
Now Durant. Lets loose a three. Mobley there for the rebound. And here's SGA. Cunningham. And down goes the three.
And defense has to guard Cade in the corner. He will take and make that shot.
Flag. And he slams it down with a one-arm hammer.
Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, he was way up there.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
And using the defender's aggression against him, Gilgeous-Alexander with a savvy move.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. Texas trails by 11. Flag. And that one is good.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Mobley. Another chance.
And to me, Evan Mobley seems like a fast learner. He adapted to the league play pretty seamlessly and is always looking for little ways to improve.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. And so here's Texas. 9-point game. Durant. Banchero trying to get open. Good. Lays it right in there.
You know, he's a good guy to have running that particular set. I mean, Durant is not a guy who makes a lot of mistakes in the pick and roll.
Cunningham. Oh, the one-handed hammer.
Boy, he's had a solid performance at the offensive end. Rock solid, providing that stability.
Flag fires. And did the three. Cunningham outside. Oh, what a finish.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
And they double up Cunningham. Close it down. What an assist.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
The three goes down.
And you have to know that's coming from Gilgeous-Alexander. He is not shy beyond the arc.
Cunningham pulls it down. Drops in. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Even early on in this one.